Wonderful. Right. Once again, a few more of you who have just joined, so welcome. Great to see you all on this lovely Wednesday, morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what time zone in the world you are on. Great to see so many of you taking the time out to hear about this amazing resort. So as I said earlier, this webinar is to share information on the stunning Amaya Kuda resort in the Maldives. So Amaya is a luxury boutique resort that's located in the South Ari Atoll of the Maldives, which any of you who are familiar with the destination know that it's one of the most sought after atolls in the destination. The resort itself is owned by the Haley's Leisure Group, which is a company based in Sri Lanka, and they've owned the property since 2016. And it really is a lovely little hidden gem in the Maldives. The property itself is a very small boutique resort, as I mentioned, and I'm going to go through some of the details as we move forward. To start with, though, what I'm going to begin with is sharing the video with you, which will give you a bit of an introduction that will, as I say, we will have a bit of an introduction to the resort. I've just had a message from somebody saying the chat features disabled. The chat should be working. If it's not, in fact, I've had a couple of messages come through, so it should be, yeah, the chat feature is working. It's not actually disabled. So I have seen the chat. I mean, it does come through to me directly as opposed to publicly, but yes, I do have that. So if you have any questions, you can also pop it in here as well. Okay, right. So without any further ado, let's go through. Okay, just bear with me. I'm just getting a couple of messages from you saying you've got chat disabled, but I'm getting your messages on the Q&A. So let me just have a quick look to see whether or not that's. Okay. Okay, so the chat should now be enabled. If somebody is able just to quickly pop a note in the chat box for me, that'd be awesome, just so I can just test it's working. That'd be great. Okay. Okay, well, if you have any questions, the Q&A box is definitely working because I'm getting your messages on the Q&A. So the best thing to do is if you have any questions, pop it into the Q&A box and I will still see. I'm not sure why the chat's disabled because it should be live, but either way, we've got the Q&A, so you can still pop your messages in there and I am getting them. So that's probably the best place to leave your questions. Thank you so much for letting me know. But as I say, the Q&A is probably the best place to do it. Great. Alrighty, okay, so let's carry on with the information. So the resort, I'm just going to share with you the introductory video, which will give you a real introduction to Amaya Kuda. So welcome to Amaya, Kuda. I'm sure you're all waiting to jump on a plane and go there now. So before I go into the resort details, one of the things that I'd like to share with you just some information on the Maldives itself. Some of you may be experts on the Maldives already, so this is probably not new information to you, but I do know some of you are new to selling the destination. So just to give you some indication and some information on the Maldives itself, the Maldives is made up by 1,192 islands, which is spread over 26 atolls in total. And that's 871 kilometers across the equator with 175 tourist resorts. I mean, in fact, I think that number has actually gone up since I got these stats. I think it's near 190 now, actually. So for a relatively small destination, there is a lot of resorts, which is why it's important to really understand what makes each individual property in the Maldives special in their own way. There's 22 out of those 1,192 islands. There's only 22 inhabited by nationals, Maldivian nationals at the moment. And in total, there's 2 seasons that the Maldives sees. So the rainy season is really from May to November. So it's just started now. And during that season, obviously, there is a little bit more rain. It is a little bit more wet weather. But actually, in most of these destinations that have these seasons, the Maldives rainy season is actually to the point where you can actually still have a great time. You might have a little bit of rain overnight, or you might have a few storms for a day, but it very rarely stops people traveling. So that's something to be wary of. Then the dry season from December to May is the obviously peak season. Usually the high season starts really around October, November time, but the real peak season, the real high season is from December to May, which is when the dry season really kicks in. It's mainly made up of coral reefs, which you may be aware of. The coral reefs in the Maldives are some of the richest marine biodiversity, sorry, get the terminology right. Some of the richest marine biodiversity that you'll find anywhere in the world, with over 250 species of coral. There's over 1,000 species. I was talking to a marine biologist recently at one of the resorts, and there's over 1,000 species of fish that's unique just to the Maldives. And many of these are protected because they're not found anywhere else. So if you're loving the underwater, or if you have clients that love the underwater world, the Maldives is definitely the destination for them. So how to get to the Maldives? So the Maldives, in the Indian Ocean, lots of different transit. Obviously, I have some of you from all over the world, so I can't include connections from everywhere. But generally speaking, most, if they're not flying direct to Male, which is the international airport, most flights will transit through one of the GCC countries. So, for example, in the US, you have transits through Dubai or Doha or Abu Dhabi, depending on the airline. You've got both. You've got Qatar Airways that fly via Doha. You've got Emirates that fly via Dubai, Etihad through Abu Dhabi. The UK does have direct flights now with British Airways. Takes about 10 hours directly into Male. Or again, you do have airlines such as Qatar Airways, Emirates, for example, that also fly from the UK, but via Doha or Dubai as well. When guests are in their transit, so we're mostly Dubai or Doha, the transit from there up to Male is normally around 4 hours. So it's just a 4-hour transfer up to the destination. Okay. So once they're arrived in Male, the resort, as I mentioned earlier, is in the South Ari Atoll, which you can see on the map on the left-hand side, is just to the left when you're looking at the map of the atolls. And it's in the south eastern corner of the South Ari Atoll, where Amaya Kuda is. The transfers are via seaplane, takes approximately 25 minutes. It's not very long at all. 25 minutes, half an hour to transit from Male down to the atoll. And the transfer costs are around, well, the transfer costs are $350 per person return, and that's for an adult. For child transfers, it's $210 per child, and that's up until the age of 12. From 12 years upwards, they do classify as adults. Infants under the age of 2 are free of charge because obviously they're going to be on the parents, seated on the parents' laps. The domestic flight is something to note when you're arranging travel itineraries to the Maldives, and this is not just for Amaya, but generally in the whole destination. The seaplanes will only operate during daylight hours. So they only operate from about 6 a.m. to about 4 or 5 p.m. So if you do have arrivals into Male either very early in the morning or in the evening after 4 or 5 o'clock, they will need to overnight in Male, and then they will travel to the resort the next day. And just note, the luggage for that domestic seaplane is usually a lot less than the international flight. So you might have, I don't know, 25, 30 kilograms or 32 kgs on your international flight. The domestic seaplanes are only about 20. So just bear that in mind. Okay, so now you know about the destination and how to get here. Let's go into Amaya. So I mentioned earlier, Amaya is a small boutique resort. It's located in the South Ari Atoll. And the key elements of this resort are all about the personalized service. It's all about delivering immersive experiences to the guests. The island is very small. It's only about 380 meters long, and it's only about 140 meters wide. So you can actually walk around this island. I was very lucky to be on island with them for about 2 months earlier this year. And you can easily, because I've done it many times, walk around the whole island in about 5 minutes. So it's a great little island where you feel like you're coming into a village. You're coming into the Amaya family. It's you can't get lost. It's a wonderful resort where you just feel immersed into the island. And guests are more than just a room. Guests get to know the staff get to know the guests, and it becomes very personalized experience at Amaya. The resort has 51 villas and suites, and every single one of the villas and suites at the resort all have private pools and jacuzzi bathtubs, which is a very nice plus point for anybody staying at the resort. In total, we have several different room categories. So we have 5 different room categories ranging from the beach villas, where we have 14, up to the water villa, which presidential suite, where there's only 1 of them. I'm going to go through each of the room categories with you in a few moments once we've gone through some summary details. So also in the resort, there is 1 bar, 3 dining venues, 2 of which are brand new, which I'm excited to tell you about. The infinity pool that you can see in this photo, spa, and lots of things to do. So guests can really come and enjoy as little or as much as they wish. Last year, the resort had an investment by the owners of just over $2.5 million. And in that investment, for any of you who know the resort before, these are improvements you would have probably been noted from previous knowledge of the resort. But the big investment came in the installation and the creation of a new seawall. So unfortunately, where it is in the island, you do need to have a seawall because it gets the currents from the outside of the atoll. So to protect the island, it does need to have one. But it's about making it unobstructive and not obstructing the view. The new breakwater was installed last summer, finished towards the end of the summer. And with that, it created a new protected lagoon, which is perfect for developing the house reef, the marine life, and also the beach was redeveloped. So the beach that you can see on your screen now is part of the new renovated beach area. So previously the resort had a slightly smaller beach area, and it was a comment that was often received. So that has now been very much extended, and the beach is beautiful at the resort. In 2024, so this year, we've opened a new signature dining restaurant, which is the seafood restaurant, which I will tell you about, and a new Maldivian cafe Mala. So both of those are new additions to the resort, in addition to their normal all-day dining. And not just the product has been enhanced, the service, the team has also been elevated. They have enhanced training and development of the team to deliver those really exclusive, personalized experiences at the resort. Obviously, all of these things are an ongoing process and always developing. But the resort is now offering a very, very luxury 5-star experience to each and every guest that they have join them. And whilst there are different meal plans available, I'm going to tell you about the most popular. So obviously you do have, you can get rates for the half board, and you can get rates for bed and breakfast. Most people coming to the Maldives though will book on either full board, or for Amaya, and probably most of the resorts, the all-inclusive is where the value really lies. So there's two all-inclusive programs at Amaya, the all-inclusive deluxe, and that has all your normal full board inclusions of your breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea and dinner. But they also have the addition of your house wines, beers, spirits, soft drinks. Also includes a floating breakfast when they're staying for 4 nights or more. A $50 credit at the spa, again, when guests are staying for 4 nights or more, and the seaplane lounge access at the TMA terminal once they're in Marlin. The all-inclusive premium, if you have any clients that are looking for that extra little special inclusions, the all-inclusive premium includes not just the all-inclusive deluxe inclusions, but they obviously get elevated drinks with regards to the premium beers, wines and spirits. They have an option for a dinner for 2 in the Ocean restaurant, which is the signature seafood dining restaurant, which is new. And they also, in addition to their $50 spa credit, they will also receive a $50 water sports credit per stay. And to immerse themselves in the culture, the Maldivian tea experience that we'll be offering at Mala, or that is being offered at Mala, is included. And anybody on the all-inclusive premium, because they're premium packaged, they will also have access to that premium coral lounge, which is the premium lounge at the seaplane terminal. So anybody who are looking to sort of get extra adult supplements, so for example, on full board, if there's extra rooms, it's anything from 180 US upwards for extra person, or for full board or children is 107, just to give you an idea on what the supplements are for extra guests. So every villa at the resort has most of the standard amenities, and I'm not going to go through each and every one of these for you because you get a good idea, but few things just to point out. The beds, I mean, every resort has got a great bed, but I have to say the beds at Amaya are just amazing. You get the best night's sleep ever. They all have the jacuzzi bathtubs I mentioned earlier, which is also a really lovely point. The minibar fridge is also available, and various other amenities such as the Nespresso machine in the resort as well. Most of the rooms, except for the water villas, because you have the ocean in front of you, but most of the rooms also have an outdoor rain shower, which are absolutely lovely when you're just standing out in that Maldivian heat to stand out and to stand under a fresh rain shower. And this year, as part of the enhancements at the resort, there has been enhanced suite amenities implemented at the resort. So new villa hosts are coming on board. They're coming soon, hopefully by the summer. We're just waiting for visas to be approved. So once they're on board, every single villa will have its own dedicated villa host to look after them. The premium seaplane lounge, so anybody who's staying in our suite, so that's our beach suite or our presidential suite, will automatically, regardless of the meal plan, get access to the premium coral seaplane lounge. And in addition to those few things, they also have the enhanced evening turn down service and the enhanced arrival amenities. And most of these can be personalized. So if you get to know the guest preferences and you know that they particularly like something, it's best to communicate that with the resort, and we'll make sure that those enhanced amenities are provided to them. If you have a client that's staying in the presidential suite for more than 4 nights, they will also have the added advantage of having a bespoke destination dining experience for 2 people. So that can be a destination dining experience on the beach, private dinner in the villa, however they want to make that dining experience special. So that's our enhanced suite amenities. So now going into each of the room categories, I'm going to start with our leading category, and this is our beach villa. So the beach villas are great size. There's 14 of them, 90 square meters. They're really spacious for a leading category with direct access out onto the beach via the private deck. As I mentioned before, they all have their own private plunge pool and this beautiful tropical courtyard bathroom, which is where the rain shower that I mentioned earlier is located. For full board, the rates start from about 700 US for 2 people, just to give you an idea. And I'll let you study the floor plans later, but this just gives you an idea. So when you have a look at them, you can see the flexibility within the rooms and the size and the spaciousness that you have. The next category that we have here is the beach suites. These are fabulous 2-story villas. There's 12 of them in total at 231 square meters over the 2 levels. The upstairs is this lovely master bedroom. Downstairs, you have this very spacious living area. As with all the rooms, you also have the pool outside, the plunge pool outside, and decking, being the beach suite, decking directly out onto the beach area. The duplex beach villas are very similar to the beach suites. So this outside of the duplex beach villa is very, very similar to the outside area of the beach suites. However, these rooms are 2-bedroom, 2-story villas with 2 king-size beds, both on the upper level and on the downstairs level. So if you recall in the beach suites, the downstairs was that living area. In the duplex villas, the downstairs area is the 2nd bedroom. So this is perfect for people who are looking for, you've got guests and clients that are looking for that extra space, families, groups together. And as I said, we have 10 of these in total at 231 square meters as well. And the downstairs area looking out onto that beautiful beach area with that pool and decking area. In total, because they've got the 2 beds, they can hold 2 adults and 2 children, 2 adults and 2 kids, 4 adults, really flexible rooms. We can put extra beds in if we need to as well. So as I mentioned, great for families, multi-generational families, groups, etc. And then we have our water villas. The water villas are absolutely beautiful, overlooking with panoramic views into the Indian Ocean. There's 14 of these in total, as you can see in the photo in front of you. They open directly with direct access out into the resort's lagoon area, where you can snorkel. And the great thing about the lagoon at Amaya is that it's not particularly deep. You get some great marine life, but it's very safe. So if you've got families wanting to explore the lagoon, you don't have strong currents. It's a very well protected lagoon. So that's a really good plus point for any families that are looking for, or any not so strong swimmers. I actually can't swim, but I love snorkeling. Stick me in a life jacket and I'm off. So it's a really perfect lagoon area for somebody who's maybe not as confident. But anybody who does want to go outside, they can just go slightly outside by where the seawall is, and there's a great house reef. The water villas are 118 square meters with, as I said, direct access and really spacious views overlooking the Indian Ocean. The decking area and the plunge pool, that infinity plunge pool, is one of the most popular features of, obviously, the water villas. And then we have our presidential water villa suite. So the water villa presidential suite, there is only one of them. So if you do have any clients interested, I urge you to not delay when you're inquiring and book it quickly, because they do go very fast. Great size at 201 square meters. It's got a lovely bedroom that overlooks straight out onto that decking area. The bathroom, you can almost see in the bottom left-hand corner of the villa there, you can see the jacuzzi bathtub right on the decking area. And really spacious and freestanding as well. For 4 nights or more, anybody in this, as I mentioned earlier, in the presidential suite also has the destination dining experience. The presidential suite also has additional enhanced amenities, turn down service, and as I mentioned, they will have their own dedicated villa host once that's implemented in the summer. Perfect for large families, somebody wanting that little bit extra special, ultimate luxury experience in the water villas. The rates off-peak season really start from about 1,140 for double occupancy in this room. So it's also a really good price for a presidential suite. Again, you can study the floor plan later, but there is lots of flexibility for extra beds. If you have families wanting to stay, the living area on the right-hand side, there's lots of opportunity to put extra beds in if you had a family wanting to book the presidential suite. So that's all the room categories. And now I want to share with you the dining at the resort. So in total, there are 3 main dining venues. We have Sea Spray, Ocean, and Marla. This image that you can see on your screen here, this is our poolside bar, which is called Glow Bar. We also offer in-villa dining and destination dining experiences, with the exception of the presidential suites for 4 nights or more where it's included. Both of those experiences are supplementary to meal plan packages as well. And then this is our Sea Spray restaurant. So this is the all-day dining restaurant, which is included in all the meal plans, which has a great selection of international cuisine. And a lot of the time when people think of all-inclusive buffets, they always think of maybe not so good quality food, but I have to say, Sea Spray has got great quality. It's fresh cooked. They have live cooking stations. The buffet is rotated. They have great themes all the time, so it's not the same food every day. Dietary requirements can be catered for. Obviously, if we know them in advance, it helps, but even on the day, chefs are great at accommodating guest requests. And they also have theme nights, and some of the great theme nights that they have, for example, on a Wednesday, they have Asian night, which I think was probably my favorite, where they have local dancers and really, really lovely Asian cuisine from all the different countries in Asia. Sundays, they have a beach barbecue, and there's lots of different themes throughout, as I say, throughout the week, so it's not always the same. And this is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Moving on to Ocean. Ocean is the new restaurant that was only opened in February of this year. And the concept at Ocean is fresh catch of the day. It's a seafood, specialty seafood restaurant. And I have probably had the best lobster thermidor in Ocean than I have anywhere else in the world. Absolutely delicious. The fish, like I said, fresh catch of the day, very marketplace style, where you will order your starters, the concept, you order your starters, then you go up to the fresh fish counter and talk to chef about which fish you would like, how you would like it cooked, what accompaniments you would like with it, and then you choose your sauces and sides to go with it. So this is a really lovely special dining experience. It's open 5 days a week, so it's closed on Wednesdays and Sundays when they have the speciality theme nights at Sea Spray. And if anybody's staying on the premium all-inclusive, there is 1 dining experience available in this restaurant too. Anybody else, any guests that are staying on the all-inclusive plan, whilst the Ocean menu is not included, it is a la carte, so it is supplementary. Anybody on the all-inclusive plan can get a $20 credit per person to their dining experience at Ocean if they were to dine here as well. And then our final dining venue is our Marla Maldivian Cafe. So this is again a brand new venue that was only opened in March, so it opened just after Ocean. And the concept behind Marla is bringing authentic traditional Maldivian cuisine to guests. And when I say cuisine, it's not a restaurant, it is a cafe, so it is light bites and snacks, but it is light bites and snacks at local prices. So for example, most of the items on the snack menu are like $1 per item. So it's to give guests the opportunity to really sample some traditional Maldivian snacks and cuisine. Marla is also the venue that hosts the Maldivian cooking classes. So guests can book on to a Maldivian cooking class, which starts at, I think, 11:30 in the morning. And they can have a lesson with chef on how cooking Maldivian style, really traditional methods. And then that goes into a lunch experience, Maldivian style. So this is a great immersive and cultural experience for guests to enjoy at the resort. And since opening in March, it's proven already very, very popular. And then Glow Bar. So this is the other side of Glow Bar. I showed you earlier the inside of the bar. This is now the outside. This is the poolside bar, as well as the bar and the evening entertainment, which is hosted here most evenings. There is also an a la carte menu, so you can get poolside snacks and refreshments. which are supplementary because it is a la carte, it's not part of the meal plans, but they are available here. So anything from pizzas and burgers to some salads or even just some light bites. And then this is also the venue where every single day at 4:30, the afternoon tea, the local style high tea is served for every guest in Glow Bar. So that's all the dining venues, but in addition to that, we can also do destination dining. So destination dining is for those really special moments where somebody wants to celebrate a special occasion or just wants to have a special dining experience. As you can see in the photo, we can do sunken dining on the beach. We have a destination dining gazebo guests can enjoy. We even have Sandbank, which is 10 minutes away in the speedboat, which we can take guests to if they want to have their own desert island experience for their destination dining. So lots of different options, different menus available, and all of this is personalised to each individual guest. So if you have any clients wanting this, then obviously that can be explored directly with the food and beverage team. So that's all the dining options, and now moving on to other resort amenities. So the resort has lots of different activities and various other things at the resort, starting with the spa, probably one of my favourite places. The spa by Amaya is a small but amazing spa. There's only 3 treatment rooms, but the resort only has 51 villas, so it's plenty to service all the guests. They offer Ayurvedic treatments with an extensive treatment menu ranging from traditional Balinese, hot stones, body scrub, Thai, Swedish, all the different styles of body treatments, facials, manicures and pedicures. They have a nail salon in the spa as well. And in addition to the treatment rooms, they also have individual steam rooms that are available in the treatment rooms. And the resort currently is using Frela products, so you know there's good quality in the products at the resort. They have a games room. The games room here, you can see on the left-hand side. I've spent several evenings in here challenging people to a game of pool to pass the time. Pool table, foosball. They've also got carom board, which is a traditional Asian board game. Darts. So there's entertainment for families and people wanting just to have something different in the evenings. And then we have our kids zone. So the kids zone, the Nemo Kids Zone is what I would call a kids play area rather than a kids club. So we don't have activities and things like that organised, but it is a great area which is supervised by fully qualified team to look after the children. But it is a play area with lots of, as you can see in the photos, lots of games, activities, arts and crafts, movie collection if they want to. So if guests want to have a safe and supervised area for their children, Nemo is the place to go. The fitness centre at the resort is fully equipped with the techno gym exercise equipment for anybody wanting to keep up with their health regime, the free weights, yoga mats, and in addition to that, we also have other activities like the beach yoga. Water aerobics is also a popular activity, stretches, meditation. Volleyball, which I warn you can get quite competitive, but the volleyball matches are great fun on the beach in the afternoons. So there's lots of things to do. So guests, as I mentioned earlier, can either do lots of activities or they can come and do as little as they would like. So choice is theirs. And no resort in the South Ari Atoll in particular, but in the Maldives would be complete without the dive centre. So the dive centre at Amaya has a great range of activities available, ranging from snorkeling excursions, the paddle boarding, windsurfing, jet skis, and they also have parasailing, which is something new to the resort. They've just had a new parasailing boat purchased, so they can do parasailing across in the Indian Ocean across the Maldives, which is just an amazing experience. The dive centre is PADI certified for certification and for diving. So they have the option of various dive options. And if you're looking to get certified, they can also do the certification within 3 or 5 days at the resort as well. And we have a great dive package, which I'm going to share with you in a few moments later on for the resort. And then some other experiences such as the sunset fishing, local island experiences. You saw some of that in the video right at the beginning of the webinar, where the guests were at Dangeti Island, which is a very local island, which is 25 minutes in the Donny that you can see in the screen there. So there's lots of different other options as well that guests can enjoy. Like I said, whether it's the beautiful sunset fishing, local style, so line fishing, or the sunset cruise, the local island experience, and lots of other activities. So for you travel agents, so for the travel advisor benefits, we have a few things to share with you. So the resort are offering a 15% commission right now on bookings, and that's for travel before the end of July. After that, the standard commission that they offer is 10%. So if you have any bookings, now is the time to be making them at Amaya. 15% commission to you guys. And because the resort, although it has been open for some time, it is almost new to the market in some respects. So one of the things that we want to encourage is for you as travel advisors to visit the resort, come and see it for yourself, come and see it firsthand. So we also have travel advisor rates, which vary anything up to about 40% off, or can be up to about 40% off. So if you are in the Maldives or want to come to the Maldives, let us know, let the resort know, and we can see what best travel advisor rates that we can do. We really want you to come and see the resort for yourself, because I can show you all the videos and give you all the information, but there's nothing like sitting there with your sand in the toes and having a swim in the Indian Ocean to really make you feel the Amaya love. So now I want to share with you some special offers and packages and promotions. So the first one that I want to share with you is the summer promotion that we currently have live. The summer promotion is available for booking up until the end of July, for travel until the end of September. There is a minimum length of stay of 5 nights on this booking. And as I said, they do need to travel before the end of September. The package includes complimentary upgrade from full board to all-inclusive deluxe, the room upgrade from a beach villa to a beach suite, so they can get that fantastic two-story villa with their living area and the upstairs master suite, and a complimentary sunset cruise during their stay. So it's a really great value addition to the summer promotion. And what's even better for you guys is that it is commissionable at the 15%. So that's the summer offer. And now I'm going to share, we've got 4 packages. The packages at the moment are due to expire at the end of, so the booking window was due to finish at the end of May, but the resort is hopefully going to be extending that. So I still wanted to share it with you because it gives you an idea on packages that we can do, but I do hope that these packages will be extended as well. So the adventure package is a great, all of the packages are 7 nights. They all include seaplane transfers for 2 people. The adventure package includes a whale shark and manta ray experience, 15-minute jet ski or fun tube, depending on what their preference is, one of those amazing parasailing experiences, and some coral planting, which is always beneficial when you're in the Maldives. To give you an idea on prices, and I will send you the full fact sheet with all the different rates on after the webinar, but to give you an idea, the beach village for the adventure package start for the 7 nights for 2 people, for all the inclusions at 6,600. So it just gives you an idea of where the starting point is. The discovery package is also, as I said, 7 nights transfers and includes the cooking class at Mala, so that Maldivian cafe cooking class that I mentioned to you earlier. The island experience to Dangeti, which again is a really great way to sort of see some of the local culture in their natural living environment, and a sunset fishing trip. For the discovery package based on a beach villa, that starts on 6,356, just to give you an idea. And then obviously you do have the option of the beach suite or the water villa or an extra people, whether child or adults, if you wanted to add to that as well. Okay, so the next 2 packages that we have are the romance and the wellness package. The romance package Destination dining experience, and like you can see in that photo, one of the beach experiences, the gazebo. Doesn't include the sandbank because that's a little bit more expensive as a supplement for that, but it does include one of the destination dining experiences on the resort. Floating breakfast, a sunset cruise, and a 15-minute photo shoot with the resident photographer who is based on the resort. For the romance package, the beach villa prices start from $6,331. And then finally, on these 4 packages, we've then got our wellness package, which is including the daily yoga on the beach or inside if it's not so good weather, but daily yoga, 3 15-minute spa treatments of their choice. So that can be a body treatment, massage, facial. So 3 50-minute treatments are included in this package, and 1 meditation session with our expert yogi who does all the meditation for us. And the beach villa price, so the leading price, the starting price for the wellness packages from $6,346. So again, I will share all these prices with you, so don't worry if you didn't catch them all, but I will share them all with you. And then the last package to share with you is the dive package. So I briefly mentioned this earlier. So this is dedicated. So if any of you have clients that are avid divers, they are wanting to explore the Maldives, this is an amazing package which has got some great value. So depending on how long they're staying for, either 7, 14 or even 21 nights, we actually get quite a few divers come for 21 nights because they get to really experience so much in the Maldives. For 7 nights, they get 9 dives. So these are either 1 or 2 tank dives. 14 nights, they get 21 dives, or for 21 nights, they get 30 dives. So they get anything up to 30 dives, depending on how long they're staying for. The equipment, everything they need is included in the package price. The seaplane transfers is also included. And it's based on, the prices are based on bed and breakfast. I don't know if you can see them very clearly on the screen, but again, I will send these to you. But for 7 nights, the price starts from $6,320 for double occupancy. So these prices and the value inclusions in these packages are just fantastic. It is based on bed and breakfast, but if they want to upgrade, there is the option of the meal plan upgrades to half board for $45, for full board at $65, or for the all-inclusive up to $105, and that's per person per night. So the final thing about these packages is that they're all commissionable. So I mentioned earlier that the commission at the moment is 15%. You can also get 15% on these packages as well. So that is all the packages, the information and the offers. And all of this information I will share with the webinar recording, but you can also log into, if you haven't done already, we have our travel advisor portal, which pretty much all of you, I think, are already members of. So if you're not, then you just need to go into our website and register, because you also have special offers are announced on our travel advisor portal first. Any fan trips that we're looking at doing are always announced there first. And the information that I've just spoken to you about, so the downloads for the packages, the information, the special offers, the brochure, images, all available to download from the Amaya Kuda page on our travel advisor portal. So final thought to leave you with before I answer a few questions that have come in is just to remind you that Amaya Kuda really is I call it a hidden gem in the Maldives. There's lots of resorts, but none of them quite have the same feel as what Amaya does. And it's a luxury boutique resort that creates moments beyond the ordinary. And that's something different for every single guest. So that's all the information. Thank you so much for your attention and details. My contact details, you will have them anyway, but just for any of you who haven't got it to hand, these are all of our details here. And if you have any questions, just pop them into the Q&A. And I will go through and answer them. So just give me a second to open it up, and I'll just answer the ones that are already there. Okay, so yes, so Iris, you mentioned about fam trips. Absolutely, we are looking at fam trips. We're probably going to look at doing a fam trip in September. but it's not finalized as yet. But as I mentioned earlier, we absolutely do want to encourage you to visit. If you can come to there's some great travel agent rates that you can get for flights. We can offer some great rates at the resort to come and experience it. We'd love to welcome every one of you and host you at the resort, so you can really feel it, like you quite rightly say. Experiencing it makes it so much easier for you to tell your clients about it. I can talk with a lot of passion because I've spent time at the resort, and it is a wonderful resort to be at. The team are lovely, the resort is lovely, and it is a great experience. So yes, keep posted. You keep an eye on the travel agent portal. The travel advisor portal is where we will announce any fam trips first. And I can see 3 more of you have asked about fam trips. So yes, we will be looking at fam trips, but probably later on in the summer, and we'll announce the dates once we've got them finalised by the resort. Okay, so a couple of other questions. Yes, the all-inclusive plan does include the seaplane lounge access. The all-inclusive premium is the one that includes the coral lounge access, but the standard all-inclusive does include the TMA terminal lounge access. Yes, James, well noted. The packages, the packages do expire on the 31st of May, but as I mentioned earlier, we are hoping that the resort will extend those packages, and hopefully they will be able to sort of extend that booking window. The travel windows up until the end of July anyway, because they are designed for the summer period. Okay. Commission is 15%, yes. A couple of you have commented at the commission being at 15%, and it is at 15% at the moment. The standard commission, just to be clear, the standard commission is 10% right now, because we're trying to encourage you guys to become familiar with the resort and let everybody know about it. We are incentivizing at 15%. Great, how to book? Good question. So you can either come to us. We don't actually take any bookings. Obviously, we are representation. We're not a reservation team for them. You can either come to us, like some of you already do, for other properties. You can come to us and we'll facilitate the introduction to the resort. You can email the resort directly, book online. So absolutely, there's plenty of ways to contact. The best way is to come to us, and we can connect you with the team directly and make sure that you get the best offer possible. The summer promotion, yes, the summer promotion, just to recap, the summer promotion does include the room upgrade, and it includes the meal plan upgrade. So from full board to all inclusive, and from the beach villa to the beach suites, that's also included. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I'll just give you another minute to see whether or not there's any other questions to add in. But if not, once again, thank you so much for your time to join us today. We really appreciate you taking the time to learn about these resorts. We have a few other webinars coming up in the next few weeks, which we'll keep you posted on. So question that's just come in about the plane schedule. So yeah, let me flick back to that screen just to put it back on the screen for you. Give me 1 second. So depending on where they're coming from, obviously the connections usually go through the Middle East, so through Dubai, Abu Dhabi. So here we go. So they transit through the depending on which airline, obviously, and where they're coming from. So you have Etihad through Dubai, you have Emirates, Etihad through Abu Dhabi, Emirates through Dubai, Qatar Airways through Doha, American Airlines go through via Dubai. There are a few directs as well, and the from UK, so sometimes even from the US, it sometimes also works out quite good to go to London and then London across, and that generally is directly with BA. And as I say, the transit is actually very good. When I've done the transit, I've done it from New York, I've done it from Miami, I've actually done it from LA before, but LA's done a stop off in New York, if I remember correctly, and from London. And the transits always work out really well. The transits, you're never hanging around for too long at all. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question about the transit times. And then from there, you then go to the seaplane terminal. The seaplane terminal is about 25 minutes, half an hour from there. Sometimes you have a bit of a wait waiting for the seaplane. And quite often the resort shares a seaplane. It's a shared seaplane transfer, so you'll have people going to other resorts. So you might have a bit like a bus service. You might have 2 or 3 stop-offs on the way as well. Great. Okay. Well, if any of you have any other questions, then by all means, you're more than welcome to email me directly. I'll also send you our contact details for our team in the US and in the UK. I'm based in St. Lucia, but I work across the globe. So you're more than welcome to reach out if you have any additional questions. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. And I look forward to welcoming all your clients to Amaya Kuda in the future. Thank you again. Have a great day, and I will keep in touch. All the best. Bye-bye.